Hi, I'm Ramin,
And I'm Dan.
and we're two
Two
blokes
blokes
and
and
Mike.
Mike.
Wow, that was painful. Okay,
That was really
we'll not
bad.
put our audience through
Yeah.
that again.
Yeah, let's not do that
Let's
again.
not do that again. That's a bad idea. So again, we're coming to you as always. This week's episode is ransomware and cybersecurity. Again, still continuously. As you have all probably read, heard, etc., there have been many cybersecurity attacks and ransomware attacks on large installations, at least around the US, and I'm sure they're happening elsewhere in the world as well. And that's a real issue, and continues to be a real issue. And if, as we were discussing while we were off air, if you do nothing else, then share this episode with your friends, please. Please share it so they go do something about this cybersecurity issue. It's important. People are losing their businesses. Gas pipelines are getting shut down.
Government agencies are being
Yes.
shut down.
The Washington D.C. police literally were taken off the air, and because their negotiations with the culprits broke down due to who should pay how much to whom, the culprits put the psych evaluations and other personal information for all the police online. This is no longer a game. This is real.
Yeah,
And you're going to get hurt.
Not to mention Ireland's health system.
The entire Irish healthcare system was taken offline.
Right.
And this
Again,
is because,
isn't it?
yeah, and this is because, and I'm sorry, but whoever their IT people are, they need to be taken out, drawn, quartered, shot, whatever needs to happen to them. They did not put security measurements in place, and they did not train their end user population.
So I'm going to stand up for those IT folks and say that is part of the problem. Yes, but
it's a major part of the problem.
Another part of the problem is funding.
Agreed.
And you often will have IT folks that say, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And the people who are in charge of budgets are like,
right.
Yeah, it's been fine so far. Right. Yeah, we can wait a little longer. I don't think that's a priority. And the problem is that the IT folks aren't making their voices heard.
Correct. They get a no from management, and they're like, oh, well, I guess there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
And if you're an IT person, go be annoying. This is important.
Yeah,
it
is.
Poke managers with a stick or something, but you've got to do something.
You have enough ammunition now.
You have enough. Exactly. Come on. How many more institutions need to be taken down before somebody's going to take this seriously? If the entire Irish healthcare system can be taken offline,
if a police department
can be taken offline,
can be taken offline and go down, and then have their
private data,
private information then shared on the internet, that's a problem.
That is a major problem. That is a huge
that needs to
problem.
Be taken care of. I mean, like, if they can do that for those secure institutions, then they can certainly do that for small to medium-sized business. They can certainly do that. They've demonstrated they can do that for enterprise level businesses.
That is correct. The thing that I think people don't understand is there's two pieces to this puzzle. One is you need to work with your IT staff. You need to give them the funding and the okay to do what they need to do to make you secure from a networking perspective. That means proper firewalls that are properly patched, passwords that are routinely changed by policy. You can't use the same same password over and over and over again. Sorry, that day is gone. In fact, it may have been you who told me. Somebody told me recently that currently, if you have an 8-character password, right, there's software out there that can brute force break that in a few hours.
5 hours.
Yeah. So we need to go to like 12 characters, 12 or 16 characters, and that can take years currently. Yeah. Eventually that will change as well. And so we need to come up with a different system, but we're not there yet. So the reality is you need to become more aware of this. This kind of approach to technology is I'm just an end user. You're not. Everything you do has an impact on everybody in your organization. If you get this wrong, you can take down the whole organization.
Yeah.
So that's one side of it, is the IT side. The other side is the end user side. right? The end user side is important. People click on emails they shouldn't be clicking on. Just because it looks legitimate doesn't mean it is, right? So it's important. You need to find out if you get an email from the boss that looks like they want you to transfer $100,000 into a bank account, pick up the phone and ask.
Yes.
Come on. You have to assume the days of, everybody must be operating as a good actor. No, they don't. Those days are long gone. They disappeared in the 60s. We just haven't been willing to say okay.
Well, for we in the IT industry, we've seen this coming for many years.
We have been, and we've been sort of shouting into the canyon for a long time. And like I said, I think I said on one of our other episodes, one of my clients went out of business recently because of this. This is real. This is not. This is no longer a gosh. It might. We hope it doesn't happen to us, but it seems to happen to other people.
There's other things to take into account as well. Assume that you have ransomware. Okay.
Yeah.
Assume that you're fully covered. You have your backups.
Yep.
You have everything.
Yep.
Everything is fine. You can restore from backups. Yeah, no problem. Who's going to rebuild your infrastructure? Who's going to rebuild those servers? Rebuild every single workstation.
Yes.
Go through your next generation antivirus and look at the rules. Was that set up correctly? Look at your wireless access points.
Correct.
Were they set up correctly? Where was the endpoint? Where did you get that infection? How did it spread?
Correct.
All of that information that can cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Correct.
To not only fix those issues, but also identify where your weak points were. Did it spread? Did all of your clients get emails?
That's
did you
the
have
dangerous
links?
thing, right? It's this whole thing of we took ourselves down, but then did something get installed on our systems that is now spamming our customers?
Yeah, and it goes
reputation.
on and on and on. Yeah. So, it's not just, okay, I have a backup. That's great.
Wonderful.
That is for you. One of the things you absolutely have to have is a good backup. You have to test it. You have to make sure that it's good.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. But also you have to, as another super fundamentally key part, is educate your users.
Yes, your staff needs to be educated. First, you need to educate yourself. If you don't know what to do with that, leave a comment below, reach out to us. We'll find you someone in your area that can help you. But the reality is you need to educate yourself if you're a business owner, and you need to educate your staff, and you need to establish actual policy that says you can't do this anymore. You can't do this the way you used to do this anymore. It's no longer viable. It's no longer agreeable. And we can't have that. It's going to, if you insist on behaving in that manner, we'll fire you. And it's becoming a fireable offense in a lot of companies.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a number of different companies out there that will not only train your staff, but they will also set up campaigns.
Yes.
So that they'll test
your staff to see if they're clickers.
And they run through this in a set plan. They'll train staff. They'll send them videos. Yes. They'll show you what you need to do. You click on this. You click on that. You don't click on this. You don't click on that. Blah blah blah. And then later on, they'll follow up with some sneaky emails. Hey, you've got a package from UPS. I need to deliver it. Can you click on this and we'll schedule a delivery? Something like that.
Yeah.
If they click on it, that information goes back, and then those users that clicked on those bad links are then recommended for additional training. You will go to internment camp 5.
Take them to a special place.
Right. But it's a great way.
Extra training, yeah.
It's a great way to identify who are your weak links.
Yes, exactly.
Who does need more training?
Correct.
Who's getting it and who's really not getting it?
Right. Yeah.
It's a really good system. I'd recommend you go out there and
and again, if you want to know, if you want us to recommend a company that does that, please let us know in the links below, in the comments below. We will happy to share that information with you. This is important. This is not a game anymore.
It's happened to enough people.
Yeah, it's just
you really need to take
this point.
Seriously.
It's you are going to get sick. This is going to take you down. It's just a question of when.
Yeah.
And after you've spent however many years you've spent to build up your business, is this really the way you want to close your doors?
So there's another thing to bear in mind here, and this is an argument I've heard before, where a small company will say, "I'm just a small company.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to target me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Nobody's going to want anything to do with my company."
Uh-huh.
The ransomware people don't care.
No,
what they're doing is they're sending out their virus as far and as wide as possible, and it will infect
as many people as possible.
Impartially. Yeah. It doesn't care whether you have one person in your company or whether you have 1 million people in your company.
Correct.
It will still try and infect as many systems as it possibly can.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're protected just because you have a small company. You still need all of these things in place. You need a really good backup system. You need to make sure that that's tested.
Yes.
You need to have good next generation security, like a next generation antivirus or an EDR antivirus. Right. You need to have web filtering. Are you allowed to go to any website you want, or is that filtered somehow? There are many other companies that also provide, similar to an antivirus, a filtering system that will block known blacklist sites.
Right.
Or sites that are don't have the right security. Correct. Or they're known to be providing illegal software or serial numbers or things like that. And finally, if you're out and about and you're going to Starbucks or some other coffee shops, and you're doing your work there, as many people are these days.
Exactly.
Make sure you have a VPN.
And there are online VPN providers that, and we've discussed
there's a million of them.
There's a million of them. Again, if you need links,
we'll
put a couple of links below, just because the reality is you need to isolate your world from the outside.
Yeah.
If you want to be safe. And this applies not just for you as a business owner, but also personally at home. Make sure your kids are safe. If you're running a VPN, make sure they understand that they can't just click on stuff. That's how you get nailed. And it's not worth the time and effort. It really isn't. It's not worth the time and effort to constantly be digging yourself out of this hole.
Right. So
go ahead.
You also have things like laptops, right? Back in the day, very few people had laptops. Now, everyone has a laptop. Almost nobody has a desktop. Well, that's great.
That is. It's wonderful, but really?
But they're portable and they're very stealable.
Yes.
And so what happens when you're in Starbucks and you go to get some sugar or heaven forbid, you actually leave it long enough to go to the restroom or something like that. You turn your back, somebody has picked up your laptop, runs out into the street, and you've lost your laptop.
Right.
Well, that's sad. But what if that laptop contains sensitive information?
We've known of people who've been fired for that because they lost company data.
Okay. Right? Yeah. So
proprietary company data, which for some reason they were carrying. In one case, I know that person was carrying proprietary company data on their own machine. Right. And so they got fired.
So it's one reason you have a backup, right? So you can recover that data.
Right.
But you also need to encrypt that data.
You need to encrypt your data. You need to encrypt your hard drives.
If they steal your laptop, it's just a laptop. We'll have to wipe it, and they can resell it or do whatever. The important thing is that they don't get access to your data.
Your data is the most valuable possession,
right?
For yourself, for your family, and for your business. All the rest of it is just stuff. Data is where people are making trillions. Stop giving it away. Stop.
Right? Stop getting fired for it as well.
Yeah, stop getting fired for it. Stop getting, that's a horrible, horrible way to start a day. Where's my laptop?
Yeah.
Just don't.
And Windows and Mac both have solutions that you can encrypt it for free. It comes with the operating system.
Yes.
There's no reason not to do it.
With Windows, if you've got yourself a Windows 10 Home, upgrade to Windows 10 Pro, and assuming your laptop came with the proper chipset, which most of them do these days, you can encrypt your hard drive. Just a note there. This is for Macs and PCs. It's going to give you an encryption key. You need to write that down somewhere. in case we need to forcibly decrypt your hard drive.
With Macs, they'll tie that to your
iCloud account.
iCloud account
if you want it to. Yes.
Microsoft can do the same thing with your Microsoft account.
Correct.
So either way, just make sure that your encryption key is stored elsewhere, that you have access to it.
Not on the machine.
Not on the machine, not on a thumb drive.
Not on a thumb drive, yes.
Keep it on a thumb drive, but if you're going to really do that, make sure you keep that safe.
Yes.
Make sure you have 2 copies at least.
At least 2 copies, yeah, because thumb drives
not in the same place.
Die. So it's easy to do. It's easy to encrypt your hard drives. It's easy to keep yourself safe. Create very complex passwords. Change them frequently. Yes, it's inconvenient. I had one customer literally this afternoon say to me, "That's just inconvenient." I'm like, yes. What's more inconvenient though? Changing your password regularly or having someone hack your systems and take your proprietary information? Oh, okay.
Not to mention multi-factor authentication.
Turn on multi-factor authentication on everything that you do online. Banking, credit card companies, Microsoft accounts, G Suite accounts, Google accounts. Turn on multi-factor everything. If you log into a website to get something, usually they have a 2-factor authentication. Turn it on.
Most places will have a free version of 2-factor or multi-factor authentication.
Built into the system. You just have to click a checkbox.
You can tie all of those accounts often back to an authenticator app on your phone. So all of them are listed here. Sometimes you have password managers that will also have a way to store all of those passwords as well.
All this technology exists. Everything you need to do to stay safe exists. Please.
A lot of it is free.
For the love of God, take the time to learn about it, ask questions, and implement it both at home and in your business. Keep yourselves safe. The data is the important part, and your private data, your name, social security number, date of birth, all that kind of stuff can be, once stolen, it's gone. You're going to then have to put fraud alerts on all your credit reports. You're going to have to let all your banks know. You're going to need to cancel all your credit cards. The pain is not worth it. Do yourself a favor, please. Do something about this.
There are a number of companies that also will look at identity theft and provide that as a service. If you find that your credit card has been compromised, or people have access to your driver's license or your social security number or something like some personal identified information, PII, which is a term that often security and IT people will throw about, that information can be used to open a credit card in your name. And they'll run up
$1,000, $2,000 worth of.
If you're lucky, it'll only be $1,000 or $2,000. Exactly. So some of these identity management companies will provide a service where they're monitoring all of these different things. They're monitoring your social security. They're monitoring any other PII information.
And when they get an alert, you get an alert.
Exactly. And they'll deny everything unless you contact them first
and say, "This is okay.
I'm opening a new credit card. This is okay." Then they'll be like, "Okay, no problem. We'll allow that one through." So there's always a solution. There's always a way that you can get through this. You just need to actually take that step.
Please, we hate to sound like a broken record for those of you who are old enough to know what records are. The fact is, we have to keep saying this. We have to keep beating this drum until people are safe. So please,
we've talked about all of these before.
We have. We've talked about this at length. Please do yourselves a favor, learn about this stuff, put comments below, ask us questions. If we need to help you find something, we'll help you find something. We're happy to do it. That's what we're here for. Let us know how we can help, and we will definitely help you get things sorted out. So that's that. I mean, that I think is fundamentally the end of our thing. Do we have anything else we want to talk about today other than?
Well, there's plenty of other things that we could talk about, but for this rant, I think this is over.
The rant is over.
I'll get back down from my soapbox. So.
Me too. I'll just things. No, we care. It's important. Please take the time to do yourself a favor.
It is literally that. Do yourselves a favor.
Do yourselves a favor. Share this video with people that you know. And have them watch it too. This is important stuff. keeping yourself safe is actually not that hard.
Yeah.
But it requires a little bit of effort on your part.
Yeah. One more time. I just want to say, if you get ransomware, you have a couple of options.
Yeah.
Even if you're fully covered,
Yeah.
you pay the ransom and you take your chances as to whether they'll actually honor giving you the key to decrypt all of your files.
Yeah.
Or you have to pay somebody else a huge amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
It may be more money than the ransom.
Yeah.
But to wipe everything, rebuild everything, recover all of your files. Either way, you're out a lot of money.
Yeah, the Dallas Unified School District was recently taken down as well.
Right. And it'll be another
thing.
place
it'll be
next
a nuclear
week.
power plant. It'll be a gas pipeline like this just last week. It's happening, and it's happening with alarming regularity because people, especially people in management positions, have sort of hoped they could get away with it. And that day is over.
Yeah.
If you're in management, don't do this. This is a bad plan.
There's also one other thing I'd like to quickly mention for companies out there. It's called a security operations center. It's a company that generally, or a service from your IT provider that provides specific security information.
Correct.
They're monitoring your antivirus. They're monitoring the firewall. They're monitoring all of these things. And when something is sparked, they're alerted. They will call your IT department, or they'll call the right people in charge, and make sure that is nipped in the bud. Right. So that's also something that is very, very popular these days, and it's growing in popularity.
Yes.
It's something
security operations center is, for if you're of a decent size, it's just got something you got to do. Yeah. Somebody needs to keep an eyeball on this stuff at all times. Yeah. So it's and if you're a company also that does business internationally, you have to get this right.
Compliance. That's another whole ball game.
There's European compliance. There's GDPR, European compliance. There's now more compliancy requirements here in the U.S. and there will be data compliancy, data security compliancy spreading across the world. This is going to become a major thing. So plan for it. It's coming. You're going to have to do it. So plan and budget for it. It's going to take time, energy, and money, but it'll be worthwhile if it keeps you safe and you don't have to close your doors.
Right.
That's all I got.
Yes.
That's about it, right? So have we depressed people far
I think we've beaten them to death.
We've beaten this subject to death.
Right. Stay safe.
Stay safe, everybody. Take good care of yourselves. Stay safe. Take good care of your data. And if you haven't been vaccinated, get yourself vaccinated if it's available in your area. And for those of the folks that are in countries where this is still a raging problem, our hearts go out to you. We're keeping an eye on you. We are watching. If there's anything we can do to help, obviously we will. But take good care of yourselves. This is important. All right. That's it. This has been Two Blokes and a Mic. I'm Ramin.
I'm Dan.
And we're going to sign off now and quit wasting your time. So, okay. All right. Take care. Until next time, this has been Two Blokes and a Mic. Thank you again for watching. And I just wanted to actually, do you mind if I could do a shout out to all of our podcasts?
Just one more thing.
Wait, there's one more thing now.
Right.
All right, cool. What is it?
No. It's
me. One more thing.
You're saying, just one more thing.
Just one more thing before we go. Right. So I wanted to give where people are listening to our podcast, the podcast version of this, all over the world. And I wanted to give a shout out to all the countries that are United States, obviously, because we're here. But we have listeners in India, in Germany, the United Kingdom, France, Oman, the Netherlands, Romania, Israel, Ireland, the Philippines, Australia, Nepal, and Saudi Arabia.
What are you people doing?
Why are you listening to us? Go do something.
Why are you listening to us?
Thank you so much for listening to us. This is very cool. For us, every time I look at this, I'm like, oh, look, another country.
You're collecting them all.
I'm collecting countries. Ooh, it's very exciting. So thank you very much for your time, attention, and your patronage. We love you guys. Thank you. And if you need something, if you have questions, comments, etc., obviously, please let us know. We love hearing from you. Okay? Take good care of yourselves. We are going to sign off now and quit wasting your time. See ya.
Take care.
Bye.